So I am off for this other estate sale, and look what greets me. We had a light dusting of snow overnight. A little chilly out here. All right, I'm gonna do this video again. I've done a couple of them and different things have just evolved with this morning. So I'm leaving to come over to the sale that I saw in my previewing of just looking to see for what in my area is going on, because for me, I have more than enough. When I'm telling you, my husband is pulling his hair out at the volume of stuff, because you have to remember, I said I have the wholesale business, so I've got stuff that's been coming in through the season. I don't even know how much more, because as they've called it in the industry, this is returnuary, which means I'm going to be getting an influx of, I'm constantly getting returns of different things and different states. I mean, you can't even believe the way people return stuff. And I try to salvage what I'm going to be able to do for selling in this new eBay business. So I have stuff that is plentiful from the last several sales I went to. I've got an influx of these returns of damages and things like that that I'm going to be bringing over into this secondary eBay store for us. And I still want to clean out my own personal stuff. I have more than enough, but I was only looking to hopefully in this coming year of 25, get all of that listed so I don't really have a death pile. And then next year, be able to run right into the sales come January. That was all I was looking for. That's my story, so I'm sticking to it. I really don't have any plan to buy anything else. So as they say never, because if you've looked at me doing my end of the week videos of my sales, I skim over all the things that are this paper. As I've said, I do card making, and that's not something that shows up in the estate and yard sale world. And I had a midweek wrap up, and my defense was that realistically, this is paper that I buy from Stampin' Up. It is printed, and they call it the DSP for Designer Series paper. And my experience in doing this for well over a decade now is most of these people that do this, if they've passed away or went into a nursing home, as I've been to over half a dozen of these now, what winds up happening is the family and the close best friends, people doing this with them, get invited in, and they take all of what is usually considered the consumables, which means it gets consumed, meaning the paper, once you make the card, you can't reuse it. So we call them consumables. That stuff goes right away. The ribbon, the cardstock, that DSP goes. Because people start thinking oh, I could probably use this, or, oh, whatever. So that usually if there's anything left, then the second wave of people come in, and that's the people that they tend to, do the classes with and good friends and stuff. And personally, I've never made these cuts. I always come in, I always get the invite, it seems like, right before they're holding the estate or yard sale or donating it to Goodwill. And at that point, it is so picked over. It just does not current styles. Meaning we're using polymer stamps and stuff now, not those big wood stamps anymore. And there's just other things technology-wise is the more desirable stuff. And that stuff goes in the first to second wave and or third or fourth wave. Like I said, I'm not coming in till the very end. So I just don't believe that you're going to readily find this stuff. And that's why I've said, I'm not bringing it up. So this sale is the woman that had the private estate sale that I went to. There was an estate sale that was the Shed Full of Christmas was the last one. I've been to probably about 4 sales. The Swarovski Crystal was her. So starting to build this rapport with her. And typically she has not given out numbers. I did show when I left this morning that there is snow. There's been a dusting of snow on the ground. I personally have not been following the weather pattern, but I can tell that my streets are all lined with that salt brine, that I know we have snow coming, but I figured that must be it. And I felt kind of blessed. Okay, we only have a dusting. And I wasn't sure when we got there, is she going to do numbers? Are we going to have to wait outside? What was going to be the reaction to that? I wasn't sure if this was going to be an over 55. And the the stuff in it just screamed that it was, because when you look at estate sales for them, they don't have, they've downsized. There's not that extra hoard or vast selections of things they've collected. They all seem to get like new dishware and stuff. I don't know how to express it. If you haven't had that as your experience, let me know in the comments down below. But that just somehow screams to me what is the knowing that. And I kind of felt that this was going to be, and it is. When I pulled up, the gentleman that's waiting is one that was there for the Swarovski crystal sale for me. He was one that I noticed went in, grabbed a bag of jewelry and left. He was also one that I kind of felt cut in front of me. I know he cut in front of me, but I wasn't going to say anything. But he did get there first this time. I really didn't make it a point to get there really early because there's not anything besides this paper I want. And I got there at about 8:30-ish, a little bit after that maybe. We conversed. Right away, he got out of the car, and I said, you know, I'm more than fine to just wait in the car. And he said, no, I'm going up to see if there's numbers she's going to put out. And I said, oh, okay. I said, because, you know, I didn't want you to think that we, you know, have to wait in line out front. And we chit-chatted a little bit. Right about 9 o'clock, she did pull up, and he got out and was conversing with him. And I thought, oh, here we go again. Are we going to have to get in line? Because it's, you know, it's 29 degrees. I don't want to get out and have to wait in this. And he came back and gave me a number. So she is giving out numbers, and he was leaving to go get coffee. I said to myself, I said, let me just wait. So she did come back out, and I stopped her and I said, if you don't mind, I said, can you just tell me where you're going to be putting this scrapbook paper in the house? She said, oh, it's going to be in the garage. And I just, you know, said to her, I was like, well, I'm going to run over to Starbucks. Would you like me to get you anything? And she's like, no. She's like, but do you rubber stamp? And I said, you know, yeah, why? She said, well, I actually took this on a commission. She said, it doesn't, the woman just has, and she told me like the volume of what she had. And it's enough, but it's not a lot. Not anywhere is what I've seen. And she said, it just doesn't have other relatable stuff at the house. And I told her I would, you know, at least give it a try. And she said, if you want, give me your, and I said, yeah, I'll give you my contact information. And she said, I'll send you some pictures and maybe we can meet up to see about it. I said, sure, great. And then I asked the question, which is another thing I highly recommend. I said, well, what other sales like do you have coming up? And she said, oh, I have one. And she tells me this town. And she said, oh, this woman was an artist. And she starts giving me the details, you know, where she's going to be downsizing to and everything. And I said, well, my main interest is like vintage Christmas. Does she have anything like that? I said, because I noticed at this particular sale, you have a tree, but there's nothing. And she said, no, this woman doesn't really have it. It's a couple pics, but nothing else. She said, but that one did have some in the attic. And I've learned, she said, I haven't been there in 2.5 to 3 months. And I've learned I'm not going to be taking those pictures because they were up in the attic. Family members will start coming and taking. And she said, I won't be bothered until set up for the sale. And I said, no, I totally, I can understand that. But now I think about it, I think it's going to be the weekend I'm having to go down, or the time period of when I'm going to be having to go down to do my Christmas ordering at that merchandise mart. So I'm going to go back now. I'm going to see if there is anything I can do to try to facilitate maybe her giving me some pictures or doing anything when I'm not going to be around. I want to confirm, first of all, that the timing is the same weekend. I don't know what to expect, but I'm going to tell you, I don't need anything. I have so much already to list. But let me get back over there. I want to give her my card for the rest of this paper and see what happens with the weekend that I'm going to be away. Hopefully, like I said, this won't be that weekend. And then I will do some video in there and show you the sale. She's got some new signs now. You break it, you bought it.
Oh,
I don't remember that on there.
not good for me.
You breaking her stuff?
I'm just a natural breaker. Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Come on in.
Yeah, you got quite the list.
It is.
I'm gonna take almost all of what you have out there.
Okay, I'll give you a price for everything.
I was gonna say, cause some of that, I'm not sure if you were, there's only like 2 sheets of like the glitter paper.
So, these little
All the other
Oh, these are interesting. Oh, the ceramic. This was marked 90. Okay. That is hand carved. I looked him up. Yeah, somehow it was not recording yet again. It got paused. Unfortunately, the dog crate went right away. I was hoping to get a picture of that. These are really pretty. I don't know who got them. They got a good deal. We a cat person or a dog person?
Cat.
Same here. Every time I buy them any kind of beds like that, they just never want them.
Right.
They find this. They find the stupidest things to be making a bed out of.
But yeah, how much one?
Oh, are you taking care of outside ones? God bless you. I had 20 of them plus at one point. Yeah, we love our animals, don't we? I could have just used that. Oh, they've got her name on there.
Yes, it is. Just as popular with that. You want one either? Oh boy.
I don't know who this is. It's old.
That's a nice butcher block. That's nice.
Did you talk to her?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I keep bumping into you. Yes, I think she said she was going to come out so we could price it all out.
So the box with the cover on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
OMG is all I'm going to say. Did very well. Let's show you what I got and the price. And I'm not going to go through each particular one, but we'll give you an update. So here is what the outside of this house looks like. Okay, so it's just a typical over 55 community, but on the smaller side. And we'll get some more video inside. Yeah, we are feeling the worst mist now. So let's just see if there's anything I missed. Yeah, I'm bringing her cart back that she lent me. Thank you.
Oh, this is not it.
No, that's the fork. The fork
Unicorn here? I'm gonna close her door. How much stuff I missed? Oh, that's wood carved. That's pretty. Yeah, I missed. So this was Royal Birch, but I'm not paying $5. This was really interesting, but I'm not doing $8. But there's a little fit in there. I don't know who makes some kind of handmade pottery. Just some miscellaneous.
All right, Sue, I'll see you next one.
All right, thanks.
Something, right?
Yeah, little leg trumpeter. Maybe one more before that, I don't know. Everybody's like calling now that their houses are for sale.
I'll be around. Have a good one.
All right, thanks. How are you? I need your name and number.
Okay.
Somebody needs a TV fix.
got so much of this older paper. I am just excited. So excited. Yep. So until I can get somewhere warm, I really can't go through that. So I consider that a very prosperous day. Paper that I got, some of that is some of my all-time favorites. I do have an intention to sell quite a bit of what I got, but there is stuff in there that I am excited to use for myself. Ones that are, I know, very desirable. She did come out and give me a group price. She didn't even want to go through the stuff. I can tell she has no idea what some of the values were retail wise, because there is differences with some of these papers as far as how many sheets you'll get and things like that. And I did pick up some stamps I just have no desire for myself to have, but I do plan to use in a grouping and putting out on some of these Facebook groups. So I am off to head home now. I don't know if you can tell, like I'm red from the wind, and I wasn't even outside that much. Even in the garage, it was nice and warm, but step outside and you feel that wind chill factor. Anyway, I could tell also that some of the other people had come for it that were kind of disappointed, because when I'm telling you, I took almost everything that she had there, and I was just, I know for me, I have an outlet to sell it, and she has already indicated to me that she will be contacting me this weekend with the rest. So we will see where that goes to. But another update that was interesting was, I told you that she had been a couple other places that I had been to, and one of them was that private estate sale one. And if you go back and watch that video, there was a very large and ornate sleigh that when I went up the steps, they were right at the top of the steps, and it was definitely like one of the pieces you would put on your front lawn. It was very ornate and beautiful, huge. And if you've ever been to Cape May or heard anything about Cape May, there is an iconic landmark place there called Congress Hall that everybody seems to, gravitate to, and either, I think it's a hotel and restaurant. And so there's just a lot of happenings around that, and she negotiated and sold it to them. And my understanding is they had it repainted this past holiday season. She said that the family had asked, because she was in negotiations between them and another restaurant in our area known as the Smithville Inn, that is another very historic place as far as their decor. It's beautiful. We've been there recently. They do a wonderful job with their decor and everything. And the family had asked if she had to, their preference was it went to Congress Hall, because the parents, whose estate that she was selling, went there every season, and that was their preference for it to be sold to them. And my understanding is they had a bunch of presents and everything in it, and she has it on her Instagram. If I can, I would try to put that in here. And from what I'm gathering, she was tagged quite a bit in people who made it a point to get their pictures with it. Sounds just like a really feel warm, fuzzy, warm, like great story. I just thought it'd be interesting to put that in here. And, having seen it and then know where it wound up, this is just wonderful. So I'm going to say bye for now. I will catch you in the next one. Would appreciate a thumbs up if you like this. I did it again where I thought I was recording through all of that. I looked down and it said it was paused. No idea what I'm doing here. Evidently, I don't know what I'm doing. I still swear I was going to get the GoPro, but I thought about it and it's like, it just seems so in your face. This taking it with your phone doesn't seem as in your face. I did not even think to take the lanyard thing with me. I had thought about, that being doing that instead. We shall see. But I will say bye for now, and I'll catch you in the next one.